Hey YouTube! You know, it's always a bit of an exciting day when TickTick decides to announce a new feature. And it's always a little bit of a surprise. I don't think that they publish any sort of roadmap or schedule. And at least I don't know what their schedule is, so it's always kind of a nice surprise when you wake up in the morning and you're scrolling through Twitter and you see that the TickTick official account is tweeting out, "Hey, check out this new feature on the mobile app." And so that's what happened this morning, right? TickTick announced a new feature in the mobile app, and I believe it's only for the mobile app. I tried to confirm with them via Twitter if it was available for the desktop or web apps, but haven't heard any response yet. If I do, I'll put it in the comments. But the new feature is called the timer feature, or the focus timer feature, and it lives within the focus tab of the mobile app. And I thought I would take some time to walk through it today and show you what it is and how it works. And then after that, I would give a little bit of my opinion on this new feature. Hello, I'm Joshua Best. All right, so I'm picking up my phone here. And my phone is an Android phone, so if you're on iPhone, it might look just a little bit different. But I'm going to go into my TickTick app. And I'm going to go to my focus tab. So across the bottom are the tabs. And if you don't have your focus tab enabled, you can go enable that in the settings. But my focus tab is the center one, so the one that looks like a target. And if you haven't set up these timers yet, yours will probably look different than mine. It'll probably look a lot similar to how it used to look before the update. And it took me a while to figure out actually where to set up these timers at. In kind of true TickTick fashion, they didn't make it obvious on how to set up these timers, but what you're going to be looking for is that plus icon up in the upper right that's between the three dots and the pie chart. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on that plus icon, and this allows me to add a timer. So just go ahead and enter a name for your timer. I'm going to put in here Write Morning Pages, and then you can pick a icon. I'll pick the pencil. And down below is the timer mode. So you pick either POMO or stopwatch. So if you pick POMO, you choose the duration of the Pomodoro timer. So do you want to write your morning pages for 10 minutes? And after that 10 minutes, an alarm will go off saying, "Hey, you've reached your 10 minutes, you can stop now." Or do you just want to go with the stopwatch approach where you just start a timer and let it run, and once you're done, in my case, writing my morning pages, I'll go ahead and stop my stopwatch. I'm going to pick the stopwatch, and then I'm going to hit the check mark in the upper right corner. And now I have a new timer in my focus tab. You can see it up there at the top. It's Write Morning Pages. And so now in the morning when I sit down to write my morning pages, I come in here, open my focus timer, and just hit the play button on the right side. And it pops up a focus timer for writing morning pages. And so that'll go until I stop it. I'm going to go ahead and hit the arrow down in the upper left to go back. So you can see kind of some of my other timers that I have already set up. Get 10 minutes of sunshine, ride a bike, read. So I'm going to click into ride a bike. And so here you can see some of the statistics that are behind these focus timers. This lets me know that I focused for one day, and today's focus was 31 minutes. And also my total focus was 31 minutes. And if I need to, I can add a manual record. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to pick a time, 6 a.m. and confirm that. And I'll go to the end of that, yesterday at 7:15. Confirm. And I'm going to go ahead and save that. And so now you can see my focused days up at the top went to 2. And my total focus time is now 1 hour and 46 minutes. If I scroll down, I have a little chart and I have a little activity log below that. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my focus tab here. One thing I want to point out here is down at the bottom, you can see the timer is going for Write Morning Pages. It's now at 2 minutes and about 20 seconds. And I can choose to pause it from this screen and either continue or stop it. I'm going to go ahead and stop it, and it lets me know, hey, this record isn't 5 minutes, so we're not going to save it. And that's similar to the other focus timers that have been around. I'm going to go ahead and say quit. So I'm not going to save that record. But this is essentially the new timer feature that TickTick has put out today. You might be wondering, hey, can I still focus on my tasks? And yeah, the answer to that is yes. If you go back to your tasks, and let's say I want to focus on fill canisters, I just click on that task, go to the three dots in the upper right, scroll all the way down to the bottom and click the Start Focus. And here again, I can click the Start button. I pick either stopwatch or Pomodoro. I'm going to go with the stopwatch, and I'm going to click the Start button. And now my focus timer has started for that task, fill canisters. So that functionality still exists. You don't necessarily need to set up a timer if you have a task. So you might be wondering what you should be using this timer functionality for. And if you noticed when you first opened up the app after you updated it, TickTick put out a little notice saying, hey, here's our update. And it says, the focus timer. Do you have goals that require a long-term commitment of time? Now, add timer in Focus tab and start focusing with just one tap. All right, so it seems like from TickTick's perspective, they expect you to use this new timer feature for kind of long-term goals and things that you want to track your time for. I noticed on their Twitter post, they had used practice an instrument as one of their examples. And that kind of makes sense, right? If you're going to practice an instrument, it's going to be over a long period of time, and you're going to want to make sure that you're hitting your number of minutes practiced, and this would be a good place to track that. But I started thinking about how I would use it, and let me go back to the app here, and I'm going to flip over to the habit tracker. So I have this habit that's read 10 minutes every day, and you can see I have it set up so that when I achieve it, it allows me to enter how many minutes that I actually read. And so, maybe I read 9, maybe I read 12, and I'm going to go ahead and enter 12 minutes. And it says I achieved that habit for today. I've read 12 out of the 10 minutes that I had set for my habit. And I was thinking that, this timer functionality almost belongs in the habit tracker, at least the way I would envision myself using it. Like, I wish I could start a timer for my read habit. And I can, if I go set it up in the Focus tab, right? Flipping back to the Focus tab now, you can see I have a timer set up for read. But now it's kind of confusing to me, right? Because, well, I have a read habit, but if I want to time it, I have to set up a read timer. And this kind of gets back to an issue that TickTick has in general a little bit. It's kind of building this Frankenstein of an app, right? We're adding a little feature here, we're adding a feature there, we're improving this a little bit, and we're just kind of putting it all together into, however it fits. And in my opinion, they would do themselves a bit of a favor if they took some time to not focus on creating new functionality and new features, but rather trying to take all the functionality and features that already exist within TickTick and making a more cohesive app with it. Something that's simple, something that's easy to use, something that's user-friendly. That's a place where I think they could really benefit is, the app has so much power and so much flexibility in it, but if the user doesn't know about it and the user doesn't know how to get to that, it doesn't do us any good. So I really think that TickTick should take some time and just try to make their app more user-friendly. Now, with that said, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's always exciting when they come out with new features. I like seeing how it might work for me. I like seeing how it might make my life a little easier, how I might be a little more productive or be able to track things better. So I do like it. So don't get me wrong. And I love TickTick, the app, but I do think that they could improve just a bit on the user friendliness. So with that, let me know in the comments what you think of this new feature, the focus timer. Will you use it? And what will you use it for? Let me know. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.